My name is Beary and I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I came up with my name, Beary. I just added a Y to the end of it. My nickname's originally Bear. I got that name when I was about 3 days old, and my uncle gave me that name, and it just stuck with me ever since. So I would describe my music, your basic hip hop, but more with sort of my own twist, I guess. It's like every other artist, they all got their own twist. I describe it more so partying and positive vibes and just trying to share a positive message about my life. Hopefully it relates. It was kind of funny. I was up in the middle of the night and I had the beat going in my head and had the headphones in and I had some corny lines for the hook, but then Bridge City come along for the ride. It popped in my head and I was like, oh cool, that kind of sounds cool. And so I threw it down and started writing my verses and I messaged Dilly back right away and I said, man, I think I just wrote an anthem for the city. And he's like, ha, he's like, cool, man. He wasn't really too pumped. He's like, can't wait to hear it. And I was like, no, man, you don't understand. Like, this is something huge. This is deadly, man. He's like, yeah, okay. and and so I finished writing that song. It took me about 3 hours in the middle of the night just to write that song. And the next day, I went over to Dilly Bats and we recorded it. And right there and then, he's like, yeah. He's like, holy. He's like, I want in on this song. And I was like, absolutely. There's a third verse and it's yours, man. You can have it. And boom, we went from there. We started planning a video, and video came out, and I couldn't be happier. And there's a lot more projects coming, so don't worry, it's all coming. Right now, I'm working on my project. It's called Hourglass. We're just getting into the starting stages of the album. There have been some songs recorded. I'm working on that project with Dilly Bat. My futures, right now I've been talking to my good friend of mine. His name, he goes by Staxx, and yeah, so we've been working, talking, and doing some music together. I've also been talking to another local artist, Jaws, a good friend of mine as well. Had plans with Fly Q. We're hoping to get him on the album as well, and I'd love to have NJ and Data Banks also on the album as well. As many local guys as I possibly can because we're all in this together at the end of the day. So I'd have to go Data right off the hop. When I first heard Data, I was like, whoa, this guy's from Saskatoon. I was like, this is different, and it's not whoa, he's from Saskatoon. It's like someone actually has a message. You know what I mean? And Data's music instantly like just gave me this feeling of being a fan, of being another guy from Saskatoon who just enjoys his music. So he's definitely my favorite artist right now. Then everyone else here is doing great. I like NJ, Dilly Bat, and when he's rapping, he's a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. He's dope. There's a lot of guys, that I don't want to offend or, you know, not name, but I mean, there's just too many to name. So I mean, I'm a fan of all of Saskatoon hip hop. They're all my favorite, but Data's number one for sure. My goal is to get my music to reach as many people as possible. Um, it's just to hopefully make a career out of it. Right now it's just the starting stages of it, and we're just trying to push it forward. So as we set goals, we're always going to set some more. And right now, the first goal is just to continue going and see what happens with it. So you know, hip hop in Saskatchewan in general is just blowing up. Um, Being from Saskatchewan, everyone's going through some. Not everyone, I mean, but there are people who are going through a lot of issues that other places aren't going through. And here in Saskatchewan, we can talk about it, and it's reaching out there a lot more, especially with Aboriginal rap. Um, a lot of the Aboriginal rap is coming out of Saskatchewan, and it really shows a message. So that's expanding a lot, and I can see it going a long ways. just just being away from reality. I mean, what inspired me the most was reality itself, and it's, from where I came from, it's it was tough sometimes. You're sort of an outcast, and sometimes when you're alone, you find other habits to do, and writing became a habit of mine, and music became my thing. And Eminem was the first artist I listened to, and once 8 Mile came out, and I was just a young kid at the time, and I decided, man, I want to do this. I want to start writing, and so, a lot of my inspiration came from Eminem for sure. I mean, whose inspiration hasn't, but I started taking that into my own perspective and trying to see what I'm going through in life and where or what I did go through, and I put that all on paper, and that's what inspired me to write. And when people say, "Yeah, man, I like that," and then that inspires me more, whether they're lying or just, if they're just being nice and they say, "Yeah, I like that," it doesn't matter. It still inspires me to keep going. So yeah, just explaining my own struggles and my past and stuff like that is what keeps me going and what inspires me. So growing up, it was, I was surrounded by lots of alcohol. As a kid, myself and my three beautiful sisters. Um, I gotta give credit to my parents. They worked so hard, and unfortunately, their relationship didn't work out due to alcoholism. My dad was a huge drinker, and he liked the party, and that affects people's environment, especially when they're kids. And you got to grow up around that of parties and people arguing and fighting, and then it just kind of it's just sort of I'm surrounded where I grew up. There's two reserves. There's Mr. Wass's and Muskie Lake, and reserves in all of Canada are struggling places. So there's lots of addictions and lots of violence and gang relations. Out there, and not just out there in general, but everywhere. And so I mean, coming coming from that kind of environment, it it kind of sucks, but I mean, it's just sort of the way it is. So I took that and just threw it in my music. And thank you guys for watching Staxx TV. Shout out to Dilly Bat Productions, G Stack at YGZ Entertainment. Shout out to everyone supporting. Shout out to Own Life Clothing. Make sure to check out the gear. You can find them at ownlifeclothing.ca or at Own Life Clothing on Instagram. Thank you to everyone out there just playing the music and supporting it all. You can find my music on soundcloud.com/Beary Daniels, YouTube/DillyBat Productions. And yeah, thank you guys.